So I got one of my buddies to do some fasting. I know it's crazy. Most of the time, no one ever actually does it. But this friend did, and he told me that on day 2, he had a crazy amount of energy. So why is that, he asked me? Well, it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to show you guys why that is. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew Fillion, and today I'm going over the hormonal changes that you experience while fasting. As you guys probably know by now, I like to fast. In the fasting community, they have a golden rule. It's the same rule as Fight Club.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about fasting. But I disagree with this for one reason.
You do not talk about Fight Club.
If you've got the right answers, if you've got the truth, you should share it. Now listen, a lot of people don't like fasting because it breaks down the paradigms they've been living by their whole life. So a lot of people are very resistant to it. It's my goal to change that. Yeah, there's gonna be people that say, dude, you're being unhealthy. No, that doesn't work. You're gonna starve, you're gonna this, you're gonna that. I'm here to tell you guys, that's all BS. I'm living proof that fasting does work. I swear by it. I used to not talk about it because I followed the rule. Don't talk about fasting. But now I'm breaking it because I want to get the good word out. I want to get people fasting so they can see all the crazy improvements in their life. Let's jump right into it. When you fast, you get a lot of hormonal changes, a ton of them all at once. Now there's dozens of hormones in the body, so I'm not going to cover every single one, but some of the big ones that get hit while fasting are going to be epinephrine, norepinephrine, insulin, leptin, ghrelin. Now somewhere on this screen, either it's going to be up here or down there, I've already done a video on insulin, including insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity. What you should do is right click that, open it in a new tab, and watch it after this video because it's all connected. In this video, I want to focus in more on the adrenal changes that happen. That's going to be your adrenaline hormones, epinephrine and norepinephrine. We'll go over what these hormones are, what their purpose is, and how fasting affects it. And you'll understand at the end of this video why it is that you have so much energy when you're fasting. So epinephrine, that's the adrenal hormone. So think about fight or flight. If you're out in the woods and there's a wolf, he's about to come get you. It's the epinephrine releasing into your system, gets that heart rate up, it gets you in that fight or flight mode. Most of the times you're gonna run away. Well, this is a good thing. When our adrenaline spikes like this, it's a call to action. Let's say I got this remote, right? Put this remote right here. Tell my brain, pick up that remote. I pick this up. That's norepinephrine. So in the description below, I've got a case study. 5 samples began fasting on a 84-hour fast. By the end of the 84 hours, they showed a 14% increase in resting norepinephrine. This means that while being at rest, just being at rest, their epinephrine and norepinephrine levels were 14% higher. That's going to be incredible because let's think about this. That's the call to action hormone. So when my friend did fasting and said he had a whole lot of energy, that's because his epinephrine and norepinephrine levels were higher. What does all of this really mean? Why is this such a big deal? Well, a lot of people think that fasting is starvation. And we've all heard about starvation mode. You're gonna lose your muscle mass and you're gonna, become lethargic and shrivel up like a raisin and die. That's not true at all. It's actually the complete opposite. See, when you fast, you're getting these epinephrine levels higher. That means your heart rate is going to go up. Your resting heart rate is going up. Remember, 14% increase in epinephrine and norepinephrine. We're looking at a resting heart rate that goes up. That means your basal metabolic rate is going to go up with it. You're going to burn more calories at rest, and you're more inclined to go do physical activity while fasting. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true, and it makes sense if you really think about it from a physiological perspective. If I'm fasting and I have no access to food, I'm either going to do nothing and die, or I'm going to go out and get food. These hormonal changes are our body's way of telling us, go get food. Well, in modern times, anywhere you look, you got a Taco Bell, a Wendy's, McDonald's. You could go out and get food. So for us in modern society, A lot of these hormones don't matter as much as they used to, but it doesn't matter. Our body doesn't know our society, right? And that's kind of why a lot of people struggle with obesity, because you've got a machine that has access to too many things and you get the hormone imbalances this way. But to rein things back in, if you're hungry, you actually become more productive to go out and get food. It's your physiological survival mechanism. So this is why fasting is so incredible, because it increases your metabolism. It doesn't lower it. There's a lot of people that come up with these crazy sciences. They say, if you reduce calories, your metabolism goes down. That doesn't make sense. Think about it like this, okay? If you're a Lamborghini, right? Your body's a Lamborghini, and you've got to go 120 miles. You only put enough gas in the tank for 60 miles. Is your Lamborghini gonna say, oh, I have less gas, so I'm just going to become more fuel efficient? No, it doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, it really is calories in, calories out. But where fasting is nice is that your body has on it tens of thousands of calories just sitting there waiting to get used. Every pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. If you've got 20 pounds of fat on your body, you've got 70,000 calories in reserve, ready to go. So imagine that you've got that Lamborghini, 60 miles in the tank of gasoline. You got to go 120 miles. Well, let's just say this Lamborghini's a hybrid. I know hybrids are kind of lame, but bear with me. You burn through that 60 miles of gas, you transition over to your electric battery, and boom, you get the next 60 miles out. That's how fasting works. I'm a humongous fan of fasting for that reason. You get these adrenal spikes going from increased levels of epinephrine and norepinephrine. We've been saying epinephrine and norepinephrine a lot in this video. I want to give you guys a quick breakdown of the differences. Epinephrine, that's going to really pertain towards the heart. So think about your heart rate, heart pumping, things like that. Norepinephrine, we're looking at the dilation of blood vessels. So they work in tandem. You got one, you got the other. Epinephrine heart, norepinephrine blood vessels. That's where that distinction comes in. So I tell my friend, the reason you're more productive, the reason you have more energy on a day 2 of a fast is because of these hormonal changes where your epinephrine and norepinephrine levels have increased. Now this increase takes some time to begin. When you start a fast, it's not going to happen right away. You have to get to about 24 hours. That's when it starts to actually really increase until it peaks around the 72-hour mark. As far as extended fasts go, I'm not the biggest fan of them because usually on a longer fast going beyond day 4, a lot of these hormonal changes start to decrease again, going towards what we would like to call homeostasis. So you do kind of lose out on some of that. So for me, I like to cap my fasts at 72 hours, but it's a free world. You guys can do whatever you want to do. If you want to go longer, don't let me talk you out of it. And don't let anyone else talk you out of it either. There's not that many people out there that support the fasting culture, but there should be. I'm not trying to convert a ton of people religiously, but I'm going to say this last part. Whether you practice Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, or even Hindu or Buddhist, everybody's fasting. You read the Bible, it says long suffering. Long suffering. Fasting is long suffering. This has been in our societies, not just mine and yours, but the whole world has been fasting for generations. It's only in modern times that fasting has fallen to the wayside, mostly because of the availability of food, and unfortunately there has been a decline in spirituality across the Western world. But I do see signs of that changing. There's a lot more people getting into Islam, a lot more people getting into Christianity. That makes me very happy. I love seeing that. I'm not here to tell you guys which one to choose. This isn't the whole point. The point is that you can trace fasting back through all of our various religions, whether you're Islamic, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, everybody has done it historically. And myself as a Christian, I look to the Bible. Bible says it plainly, long suffering. So for me, it really makes sense. I love fasting. There is a biblical connection to it. Not only do I see the results for myself in my daily life, guys, I just fasted 72 hours and I ended it this morning. Feel amazing, doing really good. I'm lean. I mean, not to flex on everybody, but does it look like I'm disappearing? Does it look like I'm shriveled up like a raisin? I'm not shriveling up. Muscle mass isn't going anywhere, guys, and it's only going to get leaner as I get closer to my bodybuilding show. Anyways, if I've still got you, this is the part, you know it's coming, where I'm going to ask you to like the video. I'm also going to ask that you subscribe to the channel, and if you want one-on-one online coaching, I have a link down here that goes to my link tree. That'll help get you connected with me, or you can email me directly. I've got my email in the description of this very video. If you want coaching, I can do for you what I do for myself. With that, I'm going to leave it here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. That's my dog right over there. Hey, Marv. Hey, I'm gonna shoot a video, so scram. Get out of here, Marvin. I'm shooting a video. My dog's over there, and he's looking at me, and it's gonna make it pretty hard to shoot this video with a dog staring at you. But I'm gonna do it anyways.